You're listening to the Hot Seat Podcast.
Welcome all. I'm Sean, along with my co-host, Earl.
Yeah.
Dave.
Yes, sir.
And you guys know what it is. We're just dads with mics. Gamers with headsets and a whole lot of unfiltered conversation. And as always, make sure you follow us on Instagram and Facebook at the Hot Seat Podcast. And be sure to listen, like, rate, review, share, and most importantly, enjoy on Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, or wherever you get your favorite shows. And if you happen to be watching us on YouTube, don't just watch us. Make sure you like and subscribe and share too, man. Let them know where we at, man. We drop premieres of our episode on every Wednesday at 7 p.m. So our YouTube show, video show will actually premiere at 7 p.m., but the audio will be available before that. And of course, before we go any further, man, the Hot Seat Podcast now powered by Dubby Energy Drink, the official partner of the Hot Seat Podcast. And they are focused and they want you to win more. Best in class taste and no flawed ingredients with their no sugar, so we can help forget those angst and that jitteriness and everything else in between. Dubby Energy is based out of Laguna Beach, California. And to tap in with this brand, you can actually go in and follow the link in the show notes or in the actual YouTube show notes as well and get 10% off your order when you insert the Hot Seat Podcast. And let us know how you like it. You know, we'll be giving our first review in the next couple of episodes, so that'd be pretty cool. You can start off small with the sample pack, get a Dubby shaker bottle, and then, you know, content creator, streamer, podcaster, gamer, whatever you need to do to get through your hobby, session, whatever the case may be. Tap into Dubby Energy, man. Official partner of the Hot Seat Podcast. Powered by us. Or powered by them, brother. How are we doing, guys? How are we feeling? Episode 168. How are we doing?
Doing good, bro. Doing good.
Tired.
Yeah.
Tired.
I'm with you.
Back to school tomorrow. So I get my mind right for that. That's correct.
Let's talk about it, man. Back to school. Let's go right into it. Back to school. I know. First thing, I still can't get used to the fact that kids now go to school before Labor Day. You know, we grew up, we went after the Labor Day holiday or whatever you want to call it. But they're going before Labor Day. So I don't know who changed that, but
I mean, that's for the most part. I mean, schools, everybody start after Labor Day, but charter schools do this thing where they go before. So we here. I don't know the rhyme or reason why
Maryland schools go before.
Maryland schools go before.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And I know, like, you know, down south they go before, but that's because they get out before they done in like what, early June, probably May or something.
It don't even be seeming like they get out early because summer just flies.
Yeah,
it do. I feel like summer just started, bro. Like I feel like it just did.
I was just saying, I was just at my kid's graduation, which was June, dog. And I'm like, you can't tell me that 2 months went by that. It's August 19th, dog. August just started. Why is it August 19th?
Already.
Yeah,
but then the school year got the
fall weather already swung in.
Yeah.
It's like that now.
The school year got the nerve to take they funky ass time. They don't go fast like this during the school year. Going slow as hell.
Oh yeah. I'm seeing the videos come up. Back to school, and there is officially back to school in my household for the first time in 2 years, and it ain't just a regular back to school. It's back to school from the beginning for the first time in 15 years.
God bless you.
I got a kindergartner.
You was done, brother. You was done.
You know, COVID.
Enjoy.
You was done.
Yeah, it was first day of school. She starts next week, and it's so much stuff has changed. Some of it for the good, some of it not for the good. I think as kindergartners, I don't think there's nowhere in hell that there's not a nap time for that. I don't know why. I don't know why there's not a nap time.
Nap time?
Nah, they don't do naps no more. Back in the day, you had to take your,
Oh yeah, kindergarten. It's kindergarten.
Yeah. Back in the day, when I was a kid, I remember this vividly. Once my older kids, they went through kindergarten, they actually we took them a little sleeping mat or something like that. We slept on them hard ass blue gym mats when I was a kid.
We didn't get no daggone nap time in kindergarten. That was preschool, bro.
Who didn't? I don't know. We had a nap time.
I was in fifth. I was 5, and I was in kindergarten in '89.
I am older than you though.
But I was in school. Years. I was in school in the '80s, and we didn't get no nap time.
Yeah, this was '85.
I was 89
in kindergarten. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So 4 years later, a lot changed. But yeah, we actually had nap times then, man. And then we didn't go to school as early. My daughter has to be to school by 7:15 in the morning. And she's there till about 2:30. That's an 8-hour day for a 5-year-old. And there's no nap.
That ain't nothing, bro. These kids in my school, they go to school at what, 7:30. They get out at 3:30, almost 4 o'clock.
But look, what age are the kids we talking?
They start at 5. They kindergarten. That's way too long of a day for them.
You said the difference of like a half hour, maybe an hour, but even the whole point is.
But their classes, but also too, like their classes are like 60 to 90 minutes long. Like it's a college class, though.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's the point. Like you got a whole 8-hour day for 5-year-olds in a classroom with no nap. What? That is, and some of these kindergarten teachers don't even have like assistants. Bruh.
But you know what? I mean, I will say this, like, I do agree with the no nap situation because literally, like, at some point they got to transition away from the nap. You know what I'm saying? Like when you get to first grade, you're not having no naps. You know what I'm saying? Like, so when are you gonna sit up there and say, let me start to transition these kids away from that? And it don't matter because real rap, they be broad-eyed, bushy-tailed during the day. And when they get home, as their friends running around, should be tired, should be knocked out.
I'm saying, they got to transition through a lot of things because, at 5 years old, there's still some kids out there, that can't wipe their own ass. Like they still learn.
I can't go into that, but we dealing with that the establishment that I'm at.
I'm just saying. I know. Story ain't got a lot to add to this because. Yeah, I mean, you got back to school, but not in that category.
I ain't saying nothing about. No, sir. I got 4 years, 6 hours, 26 minutes, and 22 seconds until freedom. Continue on, fellas.
Oh man, but let me ask you this. This is something that I do not look forward to, and I saw it today. And like many, I have attempted to train my social media feeds to things that I am interested in and things that may add to this podcast. But every once in a while, you'll get stuff that come across your social media feed and you're like, how the fuck did this get in here? So a video comes across today. And the first thing I see is it's a classroom, someone with a camera, and it's a woman teacher, and she's probably looks like middle-aged, maybe a little older. And there's a young student, probably high schoolish, but you never know in these days. They can look 15. They actually, they only 9 or something like that. But in any case, conversation's happening, and the student hauls off and punches the teacher in the face. She took it like a G. Ain't gonna lie.
Oh, this about the lady in the corner. She was sitting on the desk.
No, she was standing up. This lady was standing up. It's a black teacher and a black student. But and it made me think, at what point did we get to the point that this was okay? And I mean, if you want to go down memory lane, think about your teacher that probably put the fear of God in you. if you have a story like that, because I got a few. I remember Mr. Harrison like yesterday. If these type of students were back when you were in school with that teacher that you didn't want to go to his or her classroom because of, XYZ. Either one of you is fine.
I thought Earl was about to say something.
Oh, he looked like, he was.
For me, he did look like he was like, oh,
yeah, he did.
I was like, okay, I want to see what he's talking about. As far as it changing, I'm trying to think of a time period specifically when that happened.
Yeah.
It probably happened around the same time of, just being honest, a lot of parents not being involved in the school.
True.
True. A lot of things today, they use the school as like daycare, and they're at work. And these kids get home today and the parents still ain't there. And it's just is what it is. And they're doing their homework if they're doing that, and they have dinner or whatever to the side and they eat it, and the parents are coming in and they're going to sleep. And the whole day is gone. And that's the society that we grow up in now. The fear of God that got put into me as a student back then was my third grade teacher, Mrs. Way. And you heard it correctly, Mrs. Way. Because Mrs. Way was real good friends with my mom. And Mrs. Way, one day when I was acting up in class, because I thought I was the shit. When I was acting up in class, she said, okay, all right, well, I'll see you. That's how she did. It wasn't even like no yelling in the class. I'll see you. And that night, she was at the dinner table with my mom and my pops. Worst night ever. Never messed up in Miss Way's class again. But that goes back to what I said earlier. My mom was like PTA president. She was involved in school 24/7, whether she was president or not. You know what I mean? Like, all these things were going on. Everybody's parents knew each other. You weren't just sending them over to a stranger's house. It was like that type of society and neighborhood type of thing that we had back then. We spoke about it before. I mean, these kids don't even go outside.
Yeah.
A lot of them don't even do that at all. But yeah, we did a lot of things back then that they were all within that school. And I can't really tell you specifically where the switch came, and certain things can happen within the schools. I mean, things happened in schools back then, but not to the way that it's accepted now, and how parents accept it now. You can call these parents in. I mean, hell, Earl tells the stories all the time. These parents come in, and it's like you got to talk to the parent more than you talk to the kid, because the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree type of thing. Like you start talking to them, and you're like, oh, well, this is why he or she
I see
that explains it. That explains it.
Yeah. It's like, why am I yelling at the kid when I see what's going on? But the exact switch, I couldn't tell you the exact.
It's same, man. I don't even know.
Earl feels about it.
In terms of the switch of like, when did it like you talking about with these kids with the smacking?
No, it's just the whole. Well, yeah, that's
like
it all goes
like
it's
the acceptance of certain things and the disrespect, and
yeah, man. Like I think it happened somewhere. I don't know.
I think the shift changed when you got away from, even just like what Dave was saying, just like that community parenting.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think the younger the parents got, those older like norms got away.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like the stuff that our grandparents, instilled, that carried over with our parents. You know what I'm saying? And then the parents are getting younger and younger, to the point where, and the teachers are getting younger and younger. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's, you have kids teaching, you have teens or young adults teaching kids. You have young adults who aren't emotionally stable or emotionally regulated, emotionally mature, teaching little kids. And then you got parents who are young, who cut up and who aren't able to communicate, and they just, all they know is turn up. And then you got schools that sit up there and deal with this. Like, pretty much say, "Oh, okay, we good." Like no, it's like, especially within the black community, and some schools are better than others, but you got some schools that just like, yo, you tolerate the bullshit,
Right?
And I'm like, like, no, you got to set a tone, because you wouldn't go out to a white district and do that because you know they not putting up with that shit. They will kick your ass out. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I think just the shift changed when the community parenting went away, like, and with the parents getting younger, it's no different from like music and just in sports and stuff like that. Like, I remember Carmelo Anthony was saying, he was like, his last season when he was playing with, I want to say the Rockets or something, or whoever. He was the Blazers. He was in there. He said he saw these young cats in there in the middle of like halftime. They coming back, they on IG, and the dude is reposting a dunk that he caught in that game in the first half. And Carmelo looking around like, yo, what the fuck? Like, what? And Dame looked at him and said, yo, Dame looked at him and said, yo, bro, it's the new NBA, bro. So he was about to start spazzing, and Dame just kind of stopped him and was like, yo, you OG, you wasting your time. That's when he was like, he knew it was time to go. Like, and that's, you seeing that in every facet. Like, these young kids is like, while there's good things about them, it's just like, yo, I don't care how innovative and how smart you guys are, right? First of all, it's nothing that you're doing that wasn't done before. You just may be elevating it. And then two, you always need to pay homage to what came before you. That's the only way you grow and develop, is you got to understand what came before you. And they don't care about that. So.
Spoken like a true doctor. You a doctor?
Man, I'm on my way. That's stressing me out.
Nah, I'm with you, man. The thing that you did point out, the social media aspect of it, whenever that really kicked off, you saw a lot of that, because you said about even like music, like parents at a time, previous episode, we were talking about hip hop, and parents were trying to find a way to connect with their kids. There's such a big divide. And then you see that now, and you still want to have that connection with your kids. Mm-hmm. I'm not down there, but it's like, it's so far to one side, then you blur the lines between that friendship and then that parent type, like that authority type on there. And to your point, man, it was my previous employer, young lady, she came in, she had just graduated from college. And she played sports as well. So she's going to be one of the coaches, which is cool. But she's also going, she's a teacher as well. Mm-hmm. And so I asked her, I said, hey, what grade? And ninth grade. She had just graduated from college. So we're talking, I think she was somewhere maybe around like 23, 24 at the most. Mm-hmm. And she's going to be a 23, 24-year-old teacher. And she looks young. And you're going to be starting out teaching ninth grade students, 14, 15 years old, 16 if they didn't, been held back.
Yeah.
And it's going to be, a lot of friendships, but when it comes down to really putting that belt to ass and stuff like that, it's a different thing. And now a lot of stuff you see now, so it's been so accepted, and you hear like all the fake outrage, but it continues to happen. It continues to happen type thing. So so salute to all those teachers, man. We already sending out teachers housewarming gifts from my house. They are going over there and donating snacks. There's so much stuff. You know what you do.
Just checking on your local teachers, man. They're not good. They're not good.
You ain't started. Yo, yeah, we got you. Hey, but since you're talking about it, man, I want to give a shout out to all the faculty over at Eastern Michigan University. My now alma mater on that side. I'm just teasing, guys. College football thing from last session. That's funny.
I'm about to say, because your school don't got a football team. Yes, you went to IDTC college.
There you go.
So,
I think it was only a matter of time.
Once you get the school that you actually went to and put them in. Do they even got? They got a.
I don't know. Hey, look, they get. I put another banner up there. You know, Eastern Michigan. We did in our season 9-4. You know, we played in the Snoop Dogg, Arizona Bowl.
Not the Snoop Dogg.
That's literally what it's called. It's called Snoop Dogg Arizona Bowl. One of the bowl games in college football. Yes, the Snoop Dogg Arizona Bowl. That is an official bowl. Wow. We played against San Jose State, and I didn't realize the MAC didn't have a a conference championship game. I was like, oh, what? Okay, but we ended up losing. I think Maryland of Ohio got it or something like that. This is episode 168, man. Hot Seat Podcast. Another shout out, real quick, man. As we've been back consistently. After our bit of a layoff, man, shout out to the folks, man, who've been tapping in from outside of the U.S., from Sydney, New South Wales, to London, England, to Manchester. Yeah, we are global, man. That's pretty dope. We appreciate you guys supporting the show. Actually, New South Wales, they led as far as listening downloads last week on episode 167. So I don't know what we did on our last show to get us all the way out to New South Wales, but they were listening a lot, which is kind of cool. Pretty light show today, man, but we're going to keep this thing going for some random facts. So I think Story man has some random for me. You got some random for me, Story?
Yeah, man.
Let me see what we got.
Not even October yet. All right. So one of my first weird but interesting celebrity facts. Did y'all know that MLK Jr. paid the hospital bill for Julia Roberts' birth?
I heard, yes.
Y'all know that?
Yeah, I heard that.
What?
Okay.
Really?
So do you know how it happened?
Nah.
Okay. So Julia Roberts was born October 28th, 1967. They were family friends with Martin Luther King Jr. and Coretta Scott King.
That's right. And
picked
then they
up
had
the tab of the birth because
yeah.
the mother didn't have the bread for the birth, which we all know, whether it's 1970 or 2025. Yeah,
it's expensive.
Hell yeah.
But the way it also came about was they were already close friends, family wise, and the kids, King's family kids, enrolled their children into the acting school that Julia Roberts' parents were running. Pretty interesting. And this is a quote right here. One day, Coretta Scott King called my mother, this is Julia Roberts talking, and asked if her kids could be part of a school because they were having a hard time finding a place that will accept her kids. And the Roberts family took the kids into the acting school. Interesting fact.
Nice. Okay.
By the way, side note, another interesting fact about MLK, he was a huge Star Trek fan. So much so.
Love it.
Yeah, so much so that if you remember, and I don't want to start any rumors, I know the whole rumor thing, but so much so that he convinced the actress Nichelle Nichols, the black lady on there, to stay with playing the character within Star Trek because she was about to leave for Broadway. And he said he liked her so much in Star Trek that he wanted her to stay. I'm stopping the story right there because I can already see the rumor control go off on MLK, and I'm not starting that up. I'm a Star Trek fan. So,
all right, that's a interesting celebrity fact, I think. I don't even know where to go from that.
Hey man, but you know what? Before even going off of it, I know we glance over it, but you got to think about that time period for a second, bro.
True.
You're talking about 1967. You're talking about the figure that the King family is back then. Yeah. You got to think about the hate that is going on in the area, and nobody's even taking their kids in. And this white family goes about saying, come on in. We got you. Don't worry about it. It's pretty huge.
I mean, even to the point where I even commend them to think about like they ain't have to do that, especially when your skin protected you. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you did
That's what
something.
I'm saying. That's a huge deal, bro.
Yeah, it's pretty dope. I was newfound respect for the Raptors fan. Wouldn't I have known?
Would I not have known?
I mean, I've heard about it, but it's weird too. Like that's a hell of a combination that you would not have thought of. Like,
yeah.
Wait
till the next one. Go ahead, Sean.
I guess. Well, I know some have started to hear about this. If you know, kind of if you're in this space or not. Uncle Nearest, man. So for those who partake in the adult spirits, then you may be aware of the recent news that came out with a Tennessee court granting receivership to protect the air quotes for those listening, the investment of a financial institution that allegedly owner and founder Fawn Weaver and her husband Keith Weaver, I believe his last name is Weaver, that they allegedly defaulted on $108 million and some change loan. And as of right now, she's still so she's not in. She's been taken out of, I guess, the control of the company right now, but she's come back on social media and urging everyone to still pretty much just clear the shelves. I'm loosely quoting what she said in there. She said everything's on all right and so forth and so on. The things I read about it so far is their former CFO looks to be the blame on it, allegedly. Pretty much he was cooking the books and select whiskey barrels toning up to about like $24 million that weren't there. And they're having defaulted on those loans, which I'm still trying to figure this part out, because the last thing I saw that Uncle Nearest was valued, and I know these terms are out there, what they say is valued at based off of what it's actually worth. It's a whole big thing. You have to get into that with one of the financial folks, but it was valued at $1 billion. So it was surprising to me when I saw that this alleged default on this loan happened. What was more interesting, and this actually was founded back in 2017. What was interesting that I found about this, and then I'm gonna hand it over to you guys, because on one side, folks may be like, hey, you need to know what's going on with the money, so forth and so on. And then you have the other side is like, hey, once again, you got a black entity that's being torn down. But this is a story that's part of this that made me raise my eyebrow to how this may eventually go. I don't know. And this is actually from the Vineyard Gazette. All right. Dated August 18th. So Edgerton Town Home, subject of high profile whiskey lawsuit. So it says an Edgertown home is embroiled in a lawsuit where a whiskey brand is accused of defaulting on more than $100 million in loans. A judge in an Eastern Tennessee federal court last week ruled that the Uncle Nearest whiskey brand, which has grown rapidly since founded in 2017, will be overseen by a court-appointed receiver after its creditors sued over the lack of loan repayments. The brand is well known on the Vineyard after a limited liability company associated with Uncle Nearest purchased a home on Edgerton West Tisbury Road in 2023. And the 2-acre property became the host of several promotional parties for the brand's line of spirits. At the time, the parties had riled up neighbors and spurred bylaws that put limits on large events. Now, Uncle Nearest leader lender, Farm Credit Mid-America, said that in addition to not paying back several loans and overstating the number of whiskey barrels in its inventory, the limited liability company used to buy the home was never part of the initial loan agreement, a violation of the loan terms. Of course, Fawn Weaver, the CEO of Alconeris, has pushed back on these claims, and the company called them salacious and inaccurate in court filings. And the reason I pulled up this story, I was going through and I wasn't even looking for this, but it came about. They purchased a house, and I believe this is up in Martha's Vineyard, if I'm correct. They purchased a home up there, a 2-acre home, and they would use that for parties and stuff to launch the different brand lines. And from reading this, they didn't like it. And now they're tied into that. If you're from outside looking in, and then all of a sudden you look at how this thing is being played out in the news, something could be awry, you could say. And also considering a lot of other things that have been happening with the new administration, stuff like that, and you having Fawn Weaver, who's a black woman and who has the fastest growing whiskey company in history, one could argue that something could be awry. What you got from this? I know we're still getting, this thing is a fluid story that's happening. We only have what surface stuff is, but what do you guys got take on this, man?
I mean, when I heard that news, I was utterly hurt because y'all know that's my that's my jam.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you get excited when, I know for me, I get excited when black brands are winning.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And they're good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And even when not just the product, but like the business is good. This sister was just inducted into Delta Sigma Theta. I'm like, yo, she's getting acclaim. Like, her product is great. Like, it's everything was good. And then it's just like, man, now all of a sudden it's like, shit, like, how did we get here? I don't know how true it is, but, clearly something is going on. But what I will say is this is when I feel like black folks need to rally behind. If she is defaulted on 108, they can get her out of that within within no time. You know what I'm saying? And with her being tied to Delta Sigma Theta, like, it would make sense for y'all to, as a collective, do some initiative to help her get that down. Like, it's a win-win. And then on the business side, like, maybe because I'm not in this boat.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm not qualified to say this, but what I've learned, I've been seeing so many examples of celebrities who end up going to jail, and a lot of them are black, who entrust other people with their finances. And I feel like, and I always say, as much as we deal with our day-to-day, like, I look at my freaking bank account a couple times a day just because I'm so trauma-based, because I remember I've had times when my junk had been in the negative because somebody got, had some fraudulent stuff happening. So
yeah, I'm
in the habit of checking. So I'm like, if I keep that same mentality and I pay all my bills, I don't care how much money I ever make, I would never give anybody full reign, and me not having, like, I would have to designate a couple hours a week to sit down and be like, yo, no, let me see the receipt. Because you ain't never going to get that type of, what's the word I'm looking for? Trust.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And me from anybody that's dealing with my money to be like, oh, yeah, here's my account. You have access to that. Just pay these taxes. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So I urge more of these celebrities, and I know it's hard, but I'm like, yo, your freedom and your livelihood is at stake. I urge y'all to be more involved and up to date of what's going on. Like, keep tabs, meet with your have them send you paperwork, even if you're not paying it your physical self. You need to have updates and know what the heck is going on. So if you do catch something and you're about a month or so behind, that's the easier fix than to come back and say, oh, you ain't paid your taxes in about 7 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
What you got there?
There's a couple things here. Number one, the sad part about this is if you know the story of the whole Uncle Nearest brand, and how certain things were stolen, it feels like it's being stolen back. So that's the crazy part about it. Number two is something that I said on the show a couple of times. One of the most famous things that 50 Cent had mentioned was, I got an accountant, and I got an accountant for my accountant.
mm-hmm.
Then I got an accountant for my accountant's accountant.
Mm-hmm.
And then all that goes through to get back to me to count the money
Mm-hmm.
and count different things that are going on.
Mm-hmm.
And he has a lot of things going on. And I'm not going to say that you're going to be able to cross every T and dot every I. You're just not. If somebody's really after you, they're going to figure out a way in certain sense.
Yeah.
But the thing about this lawsuit, at least from what I'm seeing, is the fact that this didn't just pop up and, all of a sudden they're coming after this.
Yeah.
This is after multiple attempts of multiple times missing and false stating things. And then using the money in a way that it wasn't supposed to be used and things like that. They have a case if those things are broken down in that way. And if they didn't understand the loan completely. And I know that we're talking about like 100 or 108 million. It's not as easy as that. Once you break a loan agreement, they're not coming for 108 million.
Yeah, they coming for.
You get what I'm saying? They know your business. They know your worth. Yeah, they know that you're $1 billion company.
Right.
I'm not coming for that. It's like when someone sues for something that is easily $50,000 and they got $5 million on your head.
Yeah.
Like they're easily doing that for a reason. So it's not as simple as just wiping out the debt sometimes. So you got to really read the terms in that contract. But it's not the first time of something being brought, at least if it's close by when I'm hearing the home part, because a lot of wineries do it this way. They have their vineyard and then they buy a place next to it so they can, bring in people, feed them, give them the drinks, things like that. So it's not the first time for that. So I'm wondering how honestly that loan was broken down, that it excluded certain things like that, and how long it took for them to catch that the money was used that way, because it's not that hard to really.
So here's the thing. Here's another thing from it. So they actually, according to the report, so Uncle Nearest, they did acknowledge that it did inflate the size of its barrel inventory. Okay. When they attempted to extend the credit, but allegedly there was blame on their former chief financial officer who had been terminated by the company. Here's the other part to now. This is going on, and to your part, to the stolen part, I'm gonna stick with that, because with the court going in and being able to grant a court-appointed receivership, they're still asking for Fawn Weaver and her team to still market the brand so it doesn't damage the value of the receivership. So you still gonna do the welcome to
purposely put it under.
Right, because the way I see this, I hope this does not, but this to me sounds like this is going to go through the suit, and in a back room or something, they're going to mess around and get bought out. This is what this is sound like is going to happen, because it's going to be like, because if they acknowledge that, yes, after looking over the paperwork, that we saw that Mike, whatever his name was, their former CFO, allegedly, if he cooked the books and then they were aware of it, then they terminated him. They're going to look at them like, yes, we know you didn't do it, but he reports to you. And I feel like that this may come down to him, like, you know what? Let's save the brand, air quotes. we're going to buy you out for X amount of dollars, and then still marketed as that type of thing. You know what I mean? So
I think before it gets to that, I'm going to go back on Earl's side of things where, not to put this person's name out there, but there's too many Tyler Perrys and people like that before any of this falls into that type of hands that I think will save the situation because of the storyline behind this brand.
I got you.
At least I would hope that, in a sense.
Yeah.
For the things that money is given to, you can save this type of history in that type of sense.
Right.
Yeah. But I think there's definitely a shakedown. Oh, it's definitely going to be a shakedown. Yeah. That's why I said don't stick with the $108 million figure in your mind, because that's not what we're talking about.
Yeah.
That's not what we're talking about. Don't think, hey, $1 billion company, $100 million. Let's just get this out the way. Number one, it's probably not $1 billion company anymore, especially if you were inflating, you know, the stuff. So it's probably not that, because you're getting that value off your inventory and what you're putting out there and what you could bring in. So that's probably heavily inflated. And then just the fact of, they're the owners, but they definitely have people that are investors.
Yeah.
And when you get news like this, are they there?
Right.
You know, so those are some of the things that that you got to look at, especially when something is growing this big. I'll give you an example of something, of something that I wish I would have got in when I was thinking about. I still may get in because I do have the opportunity. But there's different wine brands out there, and you know, we love wine and things like that. That I had an opportunity of buying in at an early point. Right. And just exactly at the time, I didn't do it. Yeah. But, you know, say I invested in something like this, came up. You think I feel comfortable keeping my money in there? Yeah. Not knowing if at one point this thing is about to go under with my money being involved in it. So that's going to be the flip side of it. Whether they keep it or not, who is still sticking around? And what are they going to do? So it's tough, man, but I go back to my original statement. The saddest part about this is, from whence we came to where we're at, it's a crazy situation because it's thievery. Yeah, all the way around, the whole story.
It sucks, man. Hopefully this ends on a. Hopefully this ends on a solid note, because we don't need no more bad news. Let's just move on to our next topic, man. It's the Hot Seat Podcast with your boy Sean, Earl, Dave. Episode 168, man. We got any other celebrity facts out there? Random, we got out there though?
So Jay-Z is working on the album.
Sure.
I heard that.
Yes, sir.
I heard that's through some sources.
Is that the weird?
I don't like that. I don't. It's not weird.
It's like a scary theme, mystery joint. You know, that's what it's all about.
Yeah, I think Memphis Bleak confirmed it. That he's working on the album, which is not a surprise because I heard about it before, especially too when you heard other rumors about he might be headlining the Super Bowl, which would be uber dope. Yeah, because I don't care how old he gets, he can he's always somebody that could be relevant. And my thing is like, if you look at it, while the younger folks might not rock with it, I be feeling like, real rap, how many young folks watch the Super Bowl like that? Like black young folks. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, I'm just throwing out, but I feel like he's somebody who, like, if you play his music, that's a white, black, everybody a rock to it. You know what I'm saying? For
sure. And he go out there just stand there and they play,
like he
PSA, it's a rap.
Jay-Z could be 60 years old and he's still gonna get a crowd excited and bopping. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, I'm actually excited about that. Because I never seen him on this stage.
Had to get that off your chest during my segment, huh?
You really did.
What?
That's what you're doing?
What?
Give it to a story.
Yeah. I said you really had to get that off your chest during my segment.
No, he said any more in news.
All
And
right,
I said,
before I was
making an
interrupted.
album. Shit. Man, fuck this segment.
All right, leave me back in one more time, Sean. Let's
One more time.
All right.
Oh my god.
Last time ever.
Man.
Sean, actually, this will be interesting for you on the military side of things. For those of you that don't know Dr. Ruth Westheimer, I know she just passed like last year, which I actually forgotten about. But if you don't know who Dr. Ruth is, she was a famous sex therapist, older lady that just told it how it was. What you didn't know about her, most likely, is that she could probably blow your brains out from 400 yards away.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Take it how you want it.
Yeah.
That's
Take it how you want it. Dr. Ruth was an actual sniper in the Israeli army back in the day during the early formation of the state. So, yeah, she was giving you the sex talk when she got older, but she could pretty much, snap you down when she was younger.
So you can never tell about it.
A good pitch to the fellas. Yeah. So I found that pretty interesting. I was like, oh, wow, Dr. Ruth. Okay.
I love it.
Yeah. There you go. Military talk 101.
The more you know. The more you know.
Thanks, Earl.
Yeah. You're awesome, man. Let's get into some video games, man. Of course, this is what this podcast is about. Let's really get into some video games because we got a event that's happening right now over the next 4 days. So let's go ahead and talk about it a little bit, I guess. Yeah. Video game corner, man. Gamescom is happening right now, the 20th to the 24th, and on opening night, which is I think that's tonight. That's actually tonight, or maybe yesterday. That was. They had a couple of reveals. One that if you guys didn't know, you may already been aware of. Call of Duty Black Ops 7. They did the reveal. So, and just a basic summary on the game. The year 2035, and the world is on the brink of chaos, ravaged by violent conflict and psychological warfare following the events of Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 6. Wielding cutting-edge technology, the Black Ops team led by David Mason must fight back against a manipulative enemy who weaponizes fear above all else. So Call of Duty is still reigning supreme. And then we had a couple of things the one thing that I saw very, very, very exciting.
Hold on, before you get into that.
Okay, go ahead.
Before you go into it.
Yep.
Now I was just catching it on the Call of Duty side. So on the Call of Duty comes out November 14th, but the beta early release is October 2nd through the 5th. So that's something for you.
I'm with it, Earl. You got anything? I know. I don't need no snarky takes, but you got any takes on the new Call? Did you know?
I have nothing. No, okay. I ain't got nothing.
You always got something smart to say, buddy. There was Batman news, and we're not talking about the film. We were talking about the Batman, Lego Batman reveal for Gamescom. And this one apparently is going to take all of the Batman games and put them all into one. And so it's the Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight. And I am so excited because it's taking the films from the Christian Bale side, the Robert Pattinson one. It's going to incorporate the Arkham gameplay into it. So I am excited for that. If you ever played the Lego games, I don't know what technology they use, but they do such a good job. I still, I got to watch. And one thing I apologize for all my VA folks. I never went and watched the Pharrell joint. I didn't get the opportunity to go do it, but like when they do a Lego film, man, the detail around it is just so dope. And it was one thing to see it in the game and not in the film, but yeah, it's I'm excited, man. They got all the couple of games in there. I know they got a Ninja Gaiden 4 trailer to drop, a new Resident Evil Requiem, a bunch of games, man, is dropping. I know a lot of this stuff has moved away from what was it? The E3 is no longer around. We talked about that, I think, last year. The fact now that, of course, Marvel has their own thing, Xbox has their own thing, and then now you have all these Gamescom, stuff like that. Even Comic-Con isn't as big as it used to be because now all of these smaller events, a little bit more unique, a little bit more intimate, but it allows them to put a lot of their stuff out. Of course, in this day and age, a lot of stuff they can do for, a smaller amount. Have either one of you guys been following Gamescom at all?
Mm-mm.
I know Dave has. Maybe a little bit. I don't know.
This is the one that's in
Everything
New York.
paused on my side.
Okay, gotcha. No, this Gamescom, this is actually the one that's in
San Diego.
No, this is the one that's actually in the UK, if I'm correct. I might be right. There's one. Let me see. This is actually, if I'm correct, and I think it's actually in the UK. If I'm, somebody who listens to the pod is going to be like, "You're wrong, buddy. You're right. You might be right, but I'm pretty sure that's the one that's in the UK." Yeah, it is in the UK.
Who's killing them in the UK?
So, Lars, a lot of, gaming is still a big part of the social backbone. A lot of folks there, as we get older, we game a little differently now. So we're not, all of the days of having the Nintendo Power magazine and then like the Game Informer actually came back with the digital magazine, stuff like that. But it's still there. There's still a ginormous pocket of gamers out there. The world is a lot bigger than when we actually believe it to be. Since we're talking about some gaming now, we want to check in on Madden 26. We're in our franchise, folks. Actually, Earl and I actually have a game coming up right now. We did a fantasy draft, which took us forever, so much so that Earl actually tapped out around the 50th pick, maybe the 49th,
40 something,
something like that.
I ain't make it 50. Thank you for giving me that credit, but I ain't make it that far.
Yeah, fantasy draft. So we all picked the AFC West team, and outside of, I know me and Earl's teams, he's with the Chiefs. I have the Raiders. We're both sitting at 500 at 3-3, and Dave's sitting with the Chargers at 5-1. I think maybe 5-2, 5-1, one of them two.
Is he?
Yeah, I know he's top of the division. I think it's about
only
5-1.
one loss. Don't give me another.
Yeah, it's I will say the first today. Did you guys do the cutscene?
Sanitaro?
So what? What? Did you guys do the cutscene where it's like week 7? They were talking about like game planning, and you had to pick like the right like response to what your coordinator was saying, and then the result of it either you had your approval rating went up with your staff, went down based on what their suggestion was. I don't think y'all done that yet. Then yeah, so yeah, you should be getting now because I just played my game this morning. And then it came up. I was like, all right, that's cool. Now that I'm dealing with, I think Dave dropped out, so he'll be back in a second because everything just froze up on him. I know I had to, for a second, find another quarterback because my starting quarterback, that being one Jordan Love, he's out for 6 weeks with a knee injury. So my backup is Trevor Lance. And I was only carrying 2 quarterbacks, so I ended up having to grab a third string quarterback. And man, I'm going through all of the free agent rosters just to add somebody because I ain't trying to add extra money to it. So we're gonna see. But that also lets me know that we are going to be probably drafting another quarterback because it looks like somebody's real life injury stuff is carrying over.
It's carrying over. Yeah.
I sent it to Dave. He was like, "Yo, that's way too real." I'm like, "Yes, this is."
I don't even know why. See, I didn't even get him because of stuff like that. I tried to stay away from injury-prone Negroes.
Yeah. I was like, "Dear Lord," it's like 6 weeks out with the thing. I was like, "Man, that's just what we're gonna do." College football 26. How did our season end, Earl?
I was under 500. I was under 500.
So you fired your OC. I saw that. I was looking at the staff moves, and I was like, "Oh, he fired his offensive coordinator."
Fired my OC and my DC. I mean, the only good thing, like, I'm still in good standings.
Okay.
Because like last year they went 3 and something. So I think I won 5 games this year. So
damn, that was for Auburn.
Yeah, it's kind of reminding me, but this kind of reminds me of Dion. Like when he came into that first year at Colorado.
I was like, who are you talking to?
Where are you going?
I'm
like, what is he doing?
I zoned out for a second.
Oh my God!
He came into that first year at Colorado, and when they was under 500, but he had already surpassed what was done the year before that, so, and then you saw what happened this year. This year he ended up going to a bowl game and then ended up, losing, but he produced damn near 8 to 10 freaking NFL players.
He did, man. I didn't realize there was so many. The ones that didn't get named, it was about you're right, about 8 to 10 Colorado players, man.
If you want to count, because he had 2 from last year.
Yeah, true.
He had Weaver, and then he had the other boy from that played at Carolina. He's like a linebacker or something, or an end. So, if anything, what you can say is he in 2 years he got over 10 kids in the NFL.
Fair. On the other side, how's Michigan doing in college football? Mr. 99 overall in every category. Just saying.
Well, sometimes you just gotta make it do what it do.
For everybody listening, Dave talking to the wall.
But then again, a real talk, I gotta win somewhere with Michigan because they try to take that chip.
Oh man, that is yes.
So I better just keep on playing the game and try to get the chip that way.
Yeah. That's a whole different story. We'll talk about that on Football Talk. Which guys will be coming towards you soon, man. We're only a couple of weeks out from our initial Football Talk episode Sunday. I think we said 8:30, something like that. It's gonna be early kickoff for us this year. Again, my Eastern Michigan Eagles, man. We went 94 on the season.
Negro, you did not go to that school. Stop claiming them.
I'm just saying, man. And we did what we do. I'm ready for this. I'm ready for this new recruiting class. I do love the fact
put me on his schedule.
That the commentators. I asked him to put him back on the schedule again. Put him back on the schedule.
The season is still going, fellas.
I don't. Whenever you finish losing, put me on the schedule, bro. You're not going to win. Yeah, so put me back on the schedule.
I can't even talk shit because when you play those moments, you don't know what the hell going on.
You really don't.
You in that game and you down 21-0, so
you really don't. Yeah, you really don't. But it was cool, man. It's been cool so far, man. Let's get. I'm really strict a nerve, Earl, on this one, but I'm sorry.
Because you got your first win in like 3 seasons, bro. Between two games.
See how they treat you?
Between two different NCAAs, because you ain't beat me in the last NCAA.
See how they treat you, man? See how they treat you when you're down?
We
when you up,
freaking fans and shit.
When you're up now,
you know what I'm saying? School when good and well you went to IDTC college.
When you get the shirt next.
Yep. Facts. I'm gonna be up here with a jersey. You be mad as shit.
Yeah, jersey. That joke gonna say highs on the back.
That would infuriate me.
Oh my God.
Number 25, because in 2025 he beat that ass.
I may low key look. I might do one better. I may actually find a player that went to Eastern Michigan and find that jersey. Really piss you off then, but
he gonna put him on the show.
Yeah, we'll find somebody. We can do it.
He gonna be on Football Talk.
Look at this. That's some not so breaking news for you. Let's go, man.
Not so breaking news.
So this podcast, man, has been going on for 5 years. And I don't even know how we missed this story. Again, like I said, I trained my social media feed to, exactly what things I want. But sometimes stuff happens up there, and I don't know where some of this stuff but I found this story, man, that was hysterical. the fact that this actually happens in the world. So this is not some breaking news, man. So a missing drunk man spent hours helping a search party look for himself. So this
that's
social media feed 2 days ago.
That's crazy.
I go to search the actual story. It's actually from October 2nd of 2021. I don't know, I don't know how to see it. Maybe somebody posted it or whatever. But so I had to find the original one because I didn't want to act like it was something that happened recently, but it was still funny as hell. So I'm reading this from Business Insider, so I want to make sure I get a legit site. And it said a drunken construction worker who had been reported missing spent hours with a search party looking for himself on Tuesday, according to reports. Of course, this is from October 2nd, 2021. It said relatives Behan Matthew, 50, reportedly became concerned when he didn't return home after a night drinking with his friends in Inigal in Turkey's Bursa province, the Times reported. His wife was unable to reach him on his cell phone, and officials were advised that his friends lost him after he wandered off into the forest. The Turkish news outlet Daily Sabah said. It said a search party was sent for. Matulu joined the volunteers in looking through the woods, according to the Times. During the hours-long search in the dark of the night, a potential rescuer shouted Matulu's name. It was then that he realized that the search party was looking for him and, quote, "Who are we looking for? I'm here," he reportedly said. So speaking to Daily Sabah, Matulu said there were really no need for my friends to report him as missing. He said, basically, I'm paying for my friends' mistakes. What happens is all like a joke. What
was he drinking?
I don't even know, bro. But he was the fact that he joined the search party and ain't nobody really. I know
how
it's
they
dark.
didn't realize who they were looking for though. Like, how do you spot who you're looking for if you don't know what he's looking for?
It said hours. He was walking with it for hours. Somebody called his name. It was like, hey, it's like us walking by each other. Hey, Sean. Hey, what's up? You turn around, look. Negro, we've been looking there for you. You know what? You know what this is? I know this happened in real life, guys. In Vegas. We're in Vegas. And this is my bachelor's weekend in this club. I didn't go anywhere, but I'm out on the dance floor in this like mosh pit or whatever. I never moved from the location. So I go by, Dave and some of the fellas was out there. And I look back and I'm like, I don't see nobody. I'm looking at the festivities and stuff I'm doing there. I go up to Dave. We all been drinking. It was like, bro, where the fuck you been at? I'm like, I was in the same spot. He said, no, I looked for you right there. Bro, I literally was right there the entire time. But when I say anger that was in his face because they lost me in Vegas, Dave was pissed. Like, he's like, fucking,
I was looking, bro. I was looking, bro.
Because probably in Dave's head, he probably like, yo, I got to explain this to Tosh that I done lost her.
Some hangover shit.
Yeah. You know who this sound like, God. But we wasn't really looking for him.
Oh man.
This was at another person's way. But we wasn't really looking for him, but the nigga just always he just popped up. We like, where is he at? And then a day or two later, he just pops up at the most random spot, and you like,
oh yeah.
Like that was the thing.
That's for my way.
Yeah, that was the thing for the whole way. And it's like,
man,
where is he at?
Just pop up out of nowhere. And then guys.
I mean, just bro, he like so gone.
Like, bro, did you ever make it back to your room? Huh?
Like, man, everything is. You talking about a person who just was so carefree that just didn't was just going with the flow,
man.
Like, bruh.
I'm glad they found this guy though. Yeah, but I saw that story and it was like, yo, this is hilarious that was happening. Hours, you just out there looking, and you out there looking with them. They call your name, like I've been standing next to you the entire time.
Bro, I went around that club like 3 or 4 times, and it was packed, bro.
Yes, that's the move.
You ever try to move through a whole bunch of people that are just dancing their ass?
Oh, and I hear do the whole time. His lights and shit. I'm like,
they sound like he had that type of anger from when it's like one of your children missing.
Bro, like he looked at me with disappointment. I'm like, I was standing right here. Like I literally walked to them because even though they didn't see me, I saw them. One thing I'm not gonna get. I'm gonna know my surroundings. I walk right to him. He turned around like, "Where the fuck you been at?" I'm like, "I was literally right there by the speaker that I've been standing at the whole time."
Because the other part of it earlier is we got shuttled there. This was a party bus joint. So you missed that bus.
Yeah.
Like,
you don't know where you at.
It's a wrap, bro. I can't say you.
Was he intoxicated?
Actually,
I mean, everybody had drinks, but it wasn't like that.
It was like, but
that
something
wasn't
about,
the reason why.
Yeah, it was just in there. But you know what's crazy? I'm glad you asked that question, man. When you've ever been drunk in a club and you're like, I can move, but then you've been in a club that the music is so loud. Now you really drunk. Like it seemed like it pushed all the alcohol through your system to where you feel more. I know it's the sound waves and stuff that does that to you, but you go into a club and all of a sudden you come out and be like, oh, I don't feel good at all because that's not for me.
You ever been so drunk that you slept by some speakers?
I don't even know how you was able to do that, bro.
I don't know either, though.
I don't even know how that's even possible.
You ever been so drunk that you fell asleep in the middle in the chair and your asshole brothers is sitting up there as if you're like a statue and they're telling kids to come over here and take pictures with
Take pictures with Black Santa.
Take pictures with this guy.
This is the Caribbean Santa.
Yeah.
They did it too.
They did, little assholes. I'm like, where was their parents? Why was they allowing y'all to talk to these strangers? These Negro
parents
strangers
over there taking pictures too.
It's horrible, yo. So they ain't shit either.
Hey, look, you know what helps when you're drunk and get you back on your feet? Dubby Energy, bro. 10% off your first order, man, or any of your orders when you insert the Hot Seat Podcast at checkout. Dubby Energy Drink, whether you're a creator, streamer, podcaster, or you're just going for a night. You need that extra energy boost. Hey, grab some Dubby Energy. I just thought I'd put that plug in there real quick.
No, that was a good one, man.
Yeah. Thanks. I just made it up on the slide. This is the Hot Seat Podcast with your boy Sean, Master Earl, Dave, man. Of course, this podcast wouldn't be what it is if we hadn't taken our Xbox Live chat and bring it over to the podcast space. Yes, we are actively indulged and engraved into our video game, hijinks. So, of course, you can find me at Sanatu2X on Xbox Live. We will broadcast our Madden game on Twitch. Master Earl.
You playing today?
You're going to fall asleep unless you're going to get a Dubby. Something because you
better play today because I can't do it tomorrow. So.
That is craziness. Sanatu2X, man, on Xbox.
NJ Fatboy 973.
The Storyteller, look out for NBA 2K26 dropping beginning of September. I want to say September 5th.
Mm-hmm.
If you pre-order, I want to say you have access at the end of the month, like the 29th, whatever that Friday is. So look out for that and whatever edition you're going to get because my play is going to be rocked this season.
Sidebar. I tried something today that I've been seeing on IG, and I was like, let me try it, but I ain't have the right accoutrements. So I don't know if y'all ever seen
Big word.
Yeah, I don't know if y'all ever seen like people getting watermelons and then they saying, yo, squeeze some lemon over the watermelon because it's supposed to be like a refreshing taste. So I was like, yo, I got some lemons. I got a watermelon. I cut it up. I pleasantly surprised. It is very good. Like, it is very good. I urge you guys to cut up some watermelon before we go out of season and get you some lemons and just squeeze it over the watermelon. It's a nice little lime mixture. You know what I mean? Like, it's pleasantly surprising.
You know who I bet don't, because that is some of the most non-black people shit I've ever heard. But you know who I bet don't put lemon over their watermelon? Julia Roberts. I bet she don't.
Yeah, she might.
See, I bring that back full circle.
That was a good one.
Made that up too. What you got, Story? Did you give your name?
Nah, that was it. I already gave it.
I ain't even heard. You know, because he
I
went
spoke about 2K.
Yeah, he was talking about the lemon watermelon shit. That completely threw me
They threw
off.
it off with that.
Yeah,
that was
man.
it.
Before I forget, man. Hey, I'm back tomorrow, Wednesday, for Over the Hump. Missed last week because health was like tricked up. It's not cool. Not cool at all. So I'll be back tomorrow at 5-ish. We'll be back there for another Over the Hump. So join me live on Station Head. Let's get out of here, man, because I think that's all we got. Shout out to Jaden Daniels, who did really good in this preseason game, and that's all I got on that part there, I think.
Hey, yo, let this be clear, because football season, let me stake my claim real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
I don't give a fuck what nobody say. And I'm not no Cowboys type fan, so when I say what I say, it's coming from a real place.
Mm-mm.
Because I know my team.
Mm-mm.
I've had the pleasure of going and watching every single preseason game. It's only been 2. I went to one last week. And what I will say is I'm excited about the Giants this year. I'm not going to be on some, they're going to the playoffs, they're going to the Super Bowl. No, not a Cowboys fan. I'm a realist. But they have us at 5.5. And a lot of people are taking the under on that, which is wild disrespectful because of the strength of schedule. I'm going to say this, and please mark my words. It is 8:19, 9:17 p.m. We're going to win not only over 5.5 games, we're going to win 9 games this season. Can't guarantee the playoffs because we're in a tough division. But what I'm telling you is we're going to win at least 8 to 9 games. And we're going to be better than a lot of people anticipated. And we're going to shut people up. And I don't want to hear nobody come in and saying, oh, yeah, man, I knew the Giants. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. Because I'm hearing, and there was a post that there's one guy, and I'm going to find him. He said we was going to go defeated. So I cannot wait. Because respectfully, after this first game, we're going to be 1-0. We're going to be 2-0 going into KC. And KC is going to be our first test, respectfully. And I said what I said. Mic drop.
I was trying to find the button to say wrap that shit up, B, but I couldn't find it. That's all I got. They do look good, though. Good defense.
Commanders is going back to being our little brothers. Y'all had 1 year when y'all was big brother. We taking it back.
Fair.
Enjoy.
Fair. So much so, man. I'm going to end the show without the end credits because I can't find because the Windows update and kicked off my little scroll wheel. I can't even hit the end credits out of here. So, yo, it's
you got end credits now too.
We always have. Oh my god, this is the hot seat, bro.
The hot seat.